Hello everybody, Shanky here, and today we're going to talk about the flat earth, or specifically problems with the flat earth model. Now, I was told if, by a few flat earth believers that I should do my own research, so I did. And today we're going to talk specifically about the 24-hour sun in the Antarctic. Now, most people will tell you that the 24-hour sun in the Antarctic is 100% proof that the Earth is not flat. The reason is, as you can see, the current flat Earth model, as the sun and the sun's footprint here makes its orbit above the Earth, it will highlight a specific part of the Antarctic, but it is unable to light the entire Antarctic. Well, this, of course, if true, would be proof that the Earth is not flat. And the only argument I've heard from flat earthers is, well, the 24-hour sun in Antarctica must be faked. Well, let's take a look and see if it could be faked. Now, if you were standing along the direct path of the sun, it would stand to reason that your longest day, or the longest day of any person, would be somebody who is in the direct path of the sun. If this is the path of the sun, standing under the sun's footprint, your longest day would be along the sun's path. The further you get away from under the direct path of the sun, the length of day would be shorter. The day observed would be shorter. Now, these are actual times of the length of day for certain cities in South America. On December 21st, during the winter solstice, when the days are the longest in the south, and the day when we have a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. The sun crosses South America roughly where Rio de Janeiro would be, right about 23.5 degrees south latitude. During this day on December 21st, Rio has a day length of 13 hours and 33 minutes. As you continue south, you'll see the length of day gets progressively longer, not shorter. As we observed here, as you get further away from the direct path of the sun or directly under it, your length of day should get shorter, not longer. But as we see here, as the sun on 23 degrees south latitude, and as you get further away from the sun, your length of day is actually getting longer. Down to Ushuaia, Argentina, which has a 17-hour, 19-minute day. Now, Ushuaia is, I believe, the most populous, most southern city in the world with about 60,000 people. If you look at the map of South America here, you can see these lines represent the length of the day. As at 23 degrees south latitude, now these are not to scale because I would have to wrap this line halfway around the Earth to get the length of day. But it just gives you representation of the length, or the progressive length of the day. So between 23 degrees south latitude and down to Ushuaia, Argentina at 54.8 degrees south latitude, there's a difference of 2,194 miles between here. And in that 2,194 miles, away from the direct path of the sun, the length of day increases by 3 hours and 46 minutes. If the length of day increases by 3 hours and 46 minutes, 2,194 miles, from 54.8 degrees south latitude to the South Pole is another 2,428 miles. If the length of day is progressively increasing, then it stands to reason, it's only common sense, that this length of day would continue to increase down through Antarctica. Now, this is something that we know that has happened, but this area is where most people will say, well, that is faked. What cannot be faked is that Ushuaia, Argentina, a city of 60,000 people located approximately right here, has a length of day of 17 hours and 19 minutes. Why this is important, we don't even need to know the 24-hour day in Antarctica. We can look at Ushuaia, Argentina, right here, and determine that the same thing can apply. A 17-hour day is not possible on a flat Earth, because the same theory applies that as the sun moves over the Earth and its footprint can only light up a certain amount. 17 hours is 70% of the 24-hour day. How can Ushuaia receive 70% of the daylight when the sun is supposedly moving around the Earth here in 24 hours? So, in conclusion there, we don't need to even worry or have the argument about the 24-hour sun in Antarctica. We can look at the length of days in Ushuaia and apply the same thing and determine that, yes, the sun, or the flat Earth model, is incorrect. The fact that it is unable to light Ushuaia at 54 degrees south latitude for 17 hours during the day. So, follow along. This is part 1 of my video on the 24-hour sun. And stay tuned. Coming soon, I'll look at the geometry of the sun and the moon over the flat Earth.